Alright, here we go. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how I actually measure the sides with the oddball angle. I'm going to do it real quickly because I'm going to go ahead and start cutting and run out of time. But anyways, I always label them, but as you can see, these are the warp pieces, which is kind of cool because this one will be the first one I do. And hopefully when I'm done, and I label them front left, front right, so I happen to know which one it is. So here's your front left, and here's your front right, and then, because that's the way I want it to be. I also measure down 4 inches from here to here, so it gives me an idea of where and what I'm, so when I go ahead and put it down, I sit the 4 inches. If I was to turn this over, you can see I put it to the 4 inches to here. And so when I go ahead and do it, so this is the front and this is the front, you gotta be careful. So I flip them like this so that the cuts will come out correctly. So I don't know, hopefully you can see that. But oh, see, front left, right, and front left. Okay, so that's why I was confusing at first. So I put the edge at 4 inches. See, I guess you can see it better on this side. 4 inches from here. 4 inches from the top of this piece that I cut down to here. So it gives me the where pretty much the width of what I want, and then I stick them down, and I actually go ahead and just get them as best I can right there. Because you want to make sure you have a little room up here for when you have the roof comes down here, plus you have the breathing room for the airflow too as well. And then I take a piece of whatever wood, 2x4, this happened to be a 4x4 that I was laying around, and I put it to the bottom of it because if you don't get this right, then you'll get this weird angle, and it'll be too high. Then you got to use trimming to cover it up. It looks a little messy. So I put it right there in conjunction, and then I just make sure it's flat, and then I draw a line. And there we go. And then you get done, and you got your angle to where it's going to be off. It's kind of awkward. I know I'm not the perfect to explain it, but I'm doing my best with what I got. Okay, I had to start already. Just to give you a heads up, again, this is pieces of wood to give you an idea. They're from a pallet I took apart. It's pretty much, it's got a lot of defections in it, broken. Also, you damage it as you're taking it apart, and then you're denailing it. So it's just a process. Definitely takes a lot of time unless you have different equipment. It's not 100% flat. That's what I love about it, and that's what other people love about it, is because it's so unique. Every piece is unique. Gives it a different look. So anyways, I'm going to pick out the best pieces in order to measure out on one complete build, or unless I can get 2 for both sides, which typically you can't. Usually one plank is good enough for one build because you got to cut the front and the back, and then you got to do something with the sides. And not every piece of wood is the same color or grain, so it changes everything. Like this one's pretty beat up. It's got nails in the center, which at one point I didn't cut those off. They just were like that. But I'm going to cut around them. And this one's actually thicker than the other pieces. That's what I'm saying. That's why I have to make a measurements on each individual one. I can't, because they're all different sizes and shapes and widths and all that stuff. But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and measure this out and get the best pieces that I can find out of it. Well, chance favors the prepared mind, and I'm definitely not prepared. Alright, I need to find some tools. I'll be back.